Gary Daly from House Quest Realty again. Today I was going to try and do kind of a light, semi-funny story. Funny to some, not funny to me because it cost me money, but at any rate. We had a condo just recently sold recently in the northwest suburbs, and multiple bids, 4 or 5 bids. The bid that won, everything was fine. Cash deal, checked the funds, everything was approved. We're like, yeah, 5 days away from the closing, she meets with the condo association. I wasn't at the meeting, I would have liked to have been. And found out a day later that she's backing out of the deal. I'm like, you're backing out of the deal, why? And her attorney calls me and says, well, when she went to the meeting, it's a 40-some unit building, they felt compelled to inform her that there's one smoker left in the building. It's a non-smoking building, but this woman bought it when you were allowed to smoke, so they can't take that privilege away from her. So out of 40 units, one smoker, 2 units down, no ductwork connecting them. It's hot water heat, so no way for it, to come up into the unit. And they said she's backing out. I said, that doesn't make any sense. It's odd. So I called the lady that ran the meeting from the association. She's like, well, Mr. Daly, we felt compelled to inform her, and we let her know that the building to the east of us, I said, the building that's over 1,000 feet away? Yeah, that's a smoking building. So we have to let them know when they're on their balcony and smoking, the wind's blowing the right direction, that they'll smell the smoke. I'm like, you're kidding, right? And she's like, no, I have to tell them. I said, well, what about the traffic on the busy streets? There's smoke coming from there, from all the cars. Did you bring that up too when the wind blows a certain direction? I'm like, it's nuts. It's ridiculous. And she goes, no, we had to tell them. So the lady wouldn't close. I even went as far as going up and knocking on the doors on that floor and saying, do you smell smoke up here? They're like, no. I said, would you sign a letter to that effect? They said, yeah. Signed it, put their name on it, everything else. Went back, thought I was going to save the deal. And no, it didn't do it. So I'm like, oh my God, we're 4 days away, 3 days away. And because these people tell them there's one smoker in a 40-unit building, it's like, goodbye money. It's all gone. So we had to and that doesn't even mention the first time it sold, because it was so much excitement. It was an open house. There was over 40, 45, 50 people in there, and everyone telling me they're going to write an offer. And this one Greek lady's like, well, I want that house. I'm writing an offer. I said, okay, my partner will meet you downstairs, and she writes the offer. It was cash as well. And the next day we're asking for the earnest money, and she's like, well, I'm going to Florida. I'm like, yeah, you'll be back for the closing or something. No, I'm going to Florida. I can't buy it. I'm like, but we took your offer. Yeah, I'm not going to buy it. I'm like, were you just seeing if you could get it? Because your competitive juices were flowing? I go, now you got it? You're like, oh, I don't want it. And it's weird, but that happens in real estate more than people realize. And she's like, no. So then the second one, because of smoke, says no. So then I go to the third offer, and I tell them everything. And I said, look, the other one backed out because they said there's smoking going 2 floors down, only one in the building, and that there's smoke coming from 1,000 feet away from that smoking building. You got to make sure your people know, because we're not going to run into a third one that says, oh, I can't smell cigarette smoke. So she talked to them, and they said, yeah, it's fine. They said, we never smelled anything when we were up there. And that was it. And it closed, thank God. So it was 3 times selling it, like 3 strikes you're out, but in this case it was 3 strikes you were in, finally. And that was it. So very interesting how condo associations, and I can't prove what I'm about to say, you'll never know. When they did the interview with her, maybe they didn't like her. Maybe they didn't like how she looked. I don't know. I just read an article. They had killers that are in court that are being charged with killing someone, that the ones that are really good looking get off almost all the time just because they're good looking. So our woman, to me, was a fine woman, but maybe, not the best looking. She was older. Maybe they didn't like her because she was older. I don't know. It was very odd. But they really seem to have gone out of their way to stress that there's smoke coming from everywhere, even knowing I had affidavits from every unit number on that floor, and said, no, we never smelled any smoke. So you could do everything right, do all your work, and God help you if someone in the condo association, when they have the meeting, if they don't like someone, yeah, you're kind of effed. So that was what happened.